Oh, man. Welcome, gamers. This is Crisis 169 coming to you live with another of Spectrum Internet here. I'm here, you're there. Let's get on to it now. Um, the title of the video has been very simple and very easy, explanatory. I get this question a lot from a lot of my subscribers and also non-subscribers. See you guys later. Bye. No, I'm in it right now. See you later. Bye. Um, I get this a lot, and so somebody asked. I've been asked by a sub dash non-subs, should I build a gaming rig or buy a pre-built rig? Hard question. Here's why, and it's the prices. I'm gonna look on Newegg and Best Buy. Um, Walmart, hopefully only, and Amazon to do comparisons of pre-built prices. First up is Newegg. You get a store credit card from Newegg, gee whiz. Gaming rig there. Gaming rig, type it in. And we have 5060, 8 gigabyte, 32 gigs of RAM for $899. Originally $1,700. Um, we have a $2,200 one. ABS power. The first one is Akalai power. Ruby game PC, Windows 11, Ryzen 7, 900X3D with 5080, 32 gigs of RAM, all DDR5, by the way. Um, um, let's see if I have DDR4 on here. There's some DDR4s on here, not a lot. I'm doing this because I want you guys to understand what I'm trying to say to you is more than just trying to blow smoke. It's hard to talk when you're damn mucus, but I'm getting through it. Doing really good. The Lord blessed me with good voice today. Type in gamer rig and it gives me headsets. That's interesting. Um, PC gaming. There we go. PC gaming. We'll talk about there. Come on. Why website's so slow when it comes to actually wanting something to do? In Walmart, of course. Can you click on the retailer store itself? By the way, if you're gonna do all this stuff, you need to type in PC gaming. It brings it up. Go to the store. You can find it here. Yeah, retailers. Walmart only to see what they have at the stores mostly. And the last one will be Amazon, PC gaming. Now, people ask me, should I buy a pre-built gaming rig or buy parts and build it out of cart? 2 years ago, I said, "Yeah, you can buy it and buy it as you go." Now, you may not get the latest and greatest. You may not get a 4090 at time. You might get a 4070 or 4060 8 gigabyte card 2 years ago when it came out, or you might get this, you might get that. You might get this, you might get that. A little bit of peppermint here, guys. Sorry. Help open my sinuses up. People who work at peppermint factories don't have sinus issues because this stuff will open you up. Anyway, though, That's good. But the point being is this. Also, happy Thanksgiving. You watch this video later on. Um, but I'll do all that in the end. Um, if you guys are really intriguing about PC gaming, I would probably really look into buying pre-builds right now. Not saying that you can't build your own. I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying build your own. But as of right now, the market right now as it is literally becoming harder and harder to recommend anybody to get in PC gaming right now because it's just so difficult. It's so hard right now because I typed in DDR4 Newegg and it's 529 for a 5500G 5070 uh, RTX 5070 16 gigabytes to the 32. It's probably one stick, by the way, too. I guarantee you, one stick, by the way, probably one stick. You can't see really well into her. No, well, it shows two sticks at 529. Um, it's deal's pretty decent. Now, 8700G will run you 899. The Vega 7 run you 529. The 11900 KF run you 1300. That 56 Ti. So this one says 50. Says 5070. No, it has AMD. Yeah. So seven 5070. It was a RAM. It looks no. It didn't even have a graphics card in there. So this one doesn't even have a graphics card. So that one I probably wouldn't even look at. Um, so it's different ones you look at. Now Best Buy has ones too as well, and these are all I think DDR 5 too. I think too, but they're all different ones. You have a 6700 XT 4 GB one, 5060. That's 599. That's not even worth it. 5060 8 gig for 849. That's not great. Um, you go 1100 $1,100. You get a 7800. 5060 16 gig for 1149. That might be a decent one at Best Buy. If you can find it, and that one is called the ASRock GM700 gaming desktop with A700F Ryzen 7. And Walmart has different ones here. They have a couple one for $799. And NVIDIA 68 gigabyte card, 16 gigabyte DDR5. They have one Ryzen 7 7800 X3D NVIDIA 5712 gig for $12.99. So there's some deals out there, and I'm saying that if you do pre-builds, and of course Amazon has $2,200 for a Alienware Aurora gaming desktop, i9 Ultra 287 liquid cool, 5080 32 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. Um, I mean, it could be one stick too as well. You never know. We'll know with these manufacturers now, RAM prices being. But I cannot recommend guys buying pre-built or building your own unless we know how far this AI crap is going to go. Paul's Hardware Unbox, all these places are saying we have to steer the water. Paul's Hardware talking about buying graphics cards now, buying stuff now. Make sure. So if you want to build your own, you might want to start buying stuff before the end of the year. Because once it hits January 1st, 2026, that's it. We're now in a new year. And it could be whole new pricing. We don't know for sure. If Paul Hardware doesn't understand, if Paul Hardware doesn't know the cranking of the gears, which way we're heading, if they don't know, Hardware Unboxing don't know, if a lot of these gurus who are on YouTube don't know, what the hell does that tell you? Was tell me. So my person who talked to me, on Messenger. Also have non subs too message me too, because my name's not very hard to find. It's you type it in, it's right there, right there. They'll message me. I'll get messages from people I don't even have subscribed to ask me questions. I need to answer back. It's a yes or no, whatever. It's usually dumb questions that have nothing to do with gaming. People being stupid. This one was actually really good. I had 3 people message me about it, so I'm going to go ahead and make a video about our live stream about it. Um, if you guys are looking to get into PC gaming, if you're brand new to it and you want to budget build, DDR4 is where to go. I know it's past gen. I have a DDR4 system I got in 2020, but hear me out. The reason why I'm saying that is because right now, the landscape right now is looking that this may last a couple years, guys. The DDR4 may last even longer now because of the RAM shortages. Because AMD is launching their 5500X3D. If it's come out now or not, and I haven't seen anything on it come out yet. But once it does drop, that'll be another X3D that drops, and they want to get much money out of DDR4. They've been getting out since it came out back in 2016. Um, so what I'm saying to you guys is you can budget build DDR4 and you can budget build on DDR5. Either way, you can budget build. You can budget build and make the best of it. And you guys can buy a controller. This here costs $60. It's a AgRock. No, it's a Power A Pro controller. I also have cheaper ones here. One that the Xbox plug-in one. There's one right here behind me. That one costs $26. The GameStop one was on sale. You probably get a little cheaper at Walmart, maybe a little expensive at Walmart. It's probably $34 again. Make it 31 at Walmart. You buy 2 of those, last you for a while. You can cut corners, you have to. This here keyboard, Abstracts. I bought this bad boy here when it was on sale. It was clearance, $37. Bought it. This mouse, $20. No Abstracts, good stuff. My Abstracts headset I bought, a good headset, right here. It's old, it's wearing out. So keep it. I also have, I have to have another one. Have cheaper one. I have on the floor down there that I only use for, testing sound and stuff. Though I'm still testing sounds on stuff. But it does not mean that what I'm doing is bad. It means what I'm doing is trying to get the idea of what's good. Now you can go to a Dave and Buster's and buy those cheap little peripheral keyboard and mouse headset combo things. Yeah, and get one and be cheap, but it'll help get you off the ground if you're really a budget gamer. Or you can go to the store and go buy a regular keyboard and mouse, wireless, and use that. Um, and buy a headset or whatever, and whatever you want to buy, and that's fine. But you have to really budget everything out, because if you're building your own, or you're building your own, or if you're buying a pre-built, you're gonna have to run into the fact that RAM is gonna cause prices to go up on everything, including graphics cards and SSDs, storage devices. Even power supplies might go up, even because why hell not, right? We're gonna raise power supply up too, and motherboards too. Why not? Because motherboards need RAMs. Why not raise everything up? If you have a micro center around town, or if you're in a different country and have a micro center type ish company, and you can go buy stuff at that company, like a micro center in some different countries, if they have different types of micro centers are different, because not every country has a micro center. It's mostly a US based one, but some countries like Europe have a micro center like culture, a company. You go there, you might find your USB. I mean, you find USB. You find your RAM and your motherboard and your processor or power supply all in one. It might cost you $750, or whatever euros is to dollars, um, or dollars here if you buy a micro center here. If you have one, God bless you if you do. Um, Hey, buddy, what's up? Um, but if you're building, if you're gonna build a gaming rig, you want to make sure you leave money up for RAM. Used to be, now you need to leave money up for damn freaking graphics cards. Now you need money, leave money up for RAM nowadays. The AI bubble may never burst. It may keep growing until whatever. The point being is this, guys. We don't know. I don't know. Hardware unboxing don't know. Paul's hardware. None of these guys can tell you, or I can tell you with a straight face when this going to end. No, it may never end. And these companies. Well, RAM right now. There's some RAM. I saw RAM sticks yesterday for $49 for the thing a DDR4 for one stick for 49 bucks. I saw one with two DDR5, $450. The RAM price is out of control. But you know what though? I pity the fool who's gonna get into this thinking they're gonna put down $1,000 and be it. 3080. If you can find the DDR5, I would probably go with that because only it's new. But if you're doing budget gaming, DDR4. Like I have a DDR4 since 2020. So I'm kind of integrated into the old system. Newer gamers, you always want to go to the newer stuff. But with the RAM prices being a crazy, even DDR4 is out of this world. I would probably stick with a budget. I mean, literally, you need more than 16 gigabytes. That's just the way it's going to be now. I mean, I got I got four sticks of eight, so I got 32 gigabytes. And games now, they're like Battlefield 5. I mean, maybe Battlefield 6. I'm playing on Steam is great, and I got a 1440p monitor with a 3070, and I'm running probably about 80 to 90 frames. Um, but that's just because that's what I'm doing there. Well, I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate the new subs. Welcome to the party there, 7983. I appreciate the subs. I appreciate it keeps me going, and I have a full time job outside of this place, so in my house, so but I appreciate the love. Much love there, much love. Um, but I would really think that if you want to go budget build, I don't have a really Funko thing. Oh yeah, that Warzone, yeah. It's right here, yeah. Oh, yeah, I got this from Christmas. Some my vitamins I'm taking, fiber. I got this Christmas a couple years ago. Well, it sucks. I'm not really much of a cleaning person. Got this bad boy for Christmas a couple years ago. Pretty sweet. You know, it's pretty cool. No, no, I didn't really do much with it though. Um, Not really. No, I don't really play a lot of that kind of stuff. I don't play a lot of that now. Mostly play Battlefield or Helldivers 2 or story-based games. Is usually what I play. But if you're getting into PC building first time, you want to go DDR5 or what everybody says. But right now, even a lot of people are saying you can go into DDR4 may not be a bad idea. But DDR4 is expensive too. I mean, it's getting to the point now where people are trying to find anything they can to get into it. But if you're like a lot of us who are watching me and watching Paul's hardware and things like that, we're already in the PC landscape, the ecosystem. So we kind of know what we're looking for. But if you're a console gamer like I was back, and I converted over in 2020 to PC, I had to really figure out what I wanted. And me personally, it was easy because I had a sister and a brother-in-law who both built their own rigs, and they built mine with the understanding that I knew, well, I want to upgrade it high as I could because I got a 5800 X3D, it's high as I can go. But I wanted that because I paid for it, and I wanted the latest greatest DDR5. I mean DDR4. But I knew DDR5 was coming out, but I didn't want to jump the gun. I wanted to wait. And with 5500 X3D coming out for the DDR4, it's kind of pushing that boundary farther. So it gives me more time to think. But with RAM prices being that they are, and once again, RAM prices being the situation at hand, it's becoming an issue where Paul Hardware on Box, uh, all the other guys out there cannot sit there and say, well, when is the bubble going to burst? They don't know. Or when it's going to level out. Because you guys know during COVID, we had the COVID thing, and everybody's freaking out, running around, living in their houses practically for 2 months, and draft cards were being scalped. People couldn't buy anything. And about 2, 3 years later, finally started leveling out, and we got level. Now we're going into another thing now where we have RAM issues, AI, you know, you know, Terminator stuff, take over the world, nuke everybody. We don't know what AI gonna do. I watched some videos of AI. It's kind of scary, but it doesn't mean that it's gonna be some kind of Terminator machine take over the world, kill everybody. No, I mean, I think it's becoming more and more of a fantasy for a lot of people, a fantasy world. And AI is kind of tricky with me because virtual AI stuff is kind of tricky. You gotta be careful of that stuff. But with that, businesses using it to sell stuff and to, globalize information and to take the information and send it half across the planet in mere milliseconds. It's cool for the world to have RAM being used to help populations and help other places, and whatever they're using it for, really. But when it comes to PC gaming like us, it's not really cool because, like, you got to spend $700 on RAM, and I saw RAM for $750 on on a Facebook post somebody did. I'm like, who's buying RAM $750? 2.6. It wasn't 4, it was 2. My 4 sticks cost me $450, but I got it for a deal of 190 because it was a Black Friday deal, and I got it. And this was a lot cheaper. But now, I look Black Friday prices; they're not even lower. I saw Paul's Hardware talk about how some RAM sticks were like $75 back in the day, back a year ago. Now, well, back in the day, back a year ago, back in the day, a year ago. Now they're actually at um, $200-300 more than what they were. So I think we need to understand that RAM sticks are going to be just more difficult to come by, and I can't recommend people going into debt over this. What I can say is, though, if you have a gaming rig, like a 3080, um, and you're okay with it, um, I recommend a DDR5, obviously, for a 3080. But if you're budget building, 3080 will run real well on DDR4 memory. Um, but you'll be bottlenecking yourself in the end because you're only going to have so much time with DDR4. So I would probably go in to that with an open mind. If you get PC gaming now on your DDR4, you might have 2 years minimum, maybe 5 years maximum of the of that platform, but you might have to jump ship quickly because with the BIOS updates going away, if they do that, and manufacturers pulling the DDR4 stuff out, eventually they'll stop making DDR4 compatible motherboards and go just strictly DDR5, like they did with the DDR1, 2, and 3. They just stopped doing stuff and they had to go DDR4. That's been going on since 2016. So I think that we need to really just take a step back and breathe and really look at it. If you're leaving consoles because they're expensive, right now PC gaming ain't no cheaper. So, guys, I appreciate the subs. I appreciate you guys subbing to my channel. Thank you guys for watching my video. I'm gonna catch you guys later. Peace out. God bless you guys. Peace.